Mabuhay and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tez Milan. We are going to be cooking a very special recipe. I would say it's sort of the gateway food for the Philippines in terms of like the dish that you eat when you're like, I wonder what Filipino food is like. This is the dish that you eat that makes you want to eat Filipino food for the rest of your life. I am talking about adobo. Yes. Adobo is a traditional dish that's made out of soy sauce and vinegar and garlic and chicken and pork and all the things that just make the world a better place, especially when they're combined together in a dish. There's a lot of arguments out there in terms of who has the best adobo recipe because, of course, you know, when you have the national dish of a country, it's gonna have a lot of variations in terms of like what's the best combination of soy sauce to vinegar, vinegar to soy sauce. Do you like it dry? Do you like it wet? Do you air fry your chicken, for example? I mean, like, okay, so the recipe that I am going to do today is a recipe that I got from a good friend of mine who I did Miss Saigon with back in Stuttgart, Germany. During a chat that we have with the Miss Saigon group, he shared, I forget why, I think somebody was asking about recipes or something. He shared his thrice cooked adobo recipe. And I was like, thrice cooked? Not just once, not just twice, but thrice cooked. Thrice cooked. I mean, like, if it's already cooked once and is amazing, I can only imagine how good it is when you cook it 3 times. Thrice. So, I'm gonna do his recipe and see just how good this thrice cooked adobo is. Because I trust my friend. He's gonna know how to cook some adobo because he's from the Philippines. So let's get cooking. Ta-da-da! Let's go! The ingredients for thrice cooked chicken adobo are the following. 3 tablespoons cooking oil, 1 whole chicken cut into 8 pieces. I will instead be using 3, I don't know what these are called, the drumstick and I think it's the thigh. So I've got 3 of those. Half a cup of soy sauce, 1 cup coconut or cane vinegar. I'm going to be using the very special coconut mango vinegar that I got in the Patikim sample box. I'm so curious to know what it is that I can cook with this besides adobo. I have been waiting and I'm so excited to finally break into this because as soon as I got this out of the box, I was like, I'm making chicken adobo with this. I've never had adobo with mango. Has anybody had adobo with mango in it? We're gonna be using this in the recipe today. 1 cup of water, 4 cloves garlic, whole and unpeeled, 10 to 15 peppercorns, and 1, count them, 1 bay leaf. So here's what makes this recipe so funky fresh. I have never heard of using an air fryer for chicken adobo. This recipe calls for an air fryer. So we're gonna use the air fryer. Here's how this recipe is gonna roll. Here we go. Heat the oil in a wide pot on medium heat. Season the chicken pieces with salt and ground black pepper. Sear chicken pieces until browned on all sides. Work in batches, and put all the chicken pieces back in the pan when brown. So I was looking for one of those, it looks like a tennis racket, but it's like way bigger because it's supposed to cover the top of the pot. It's supposed to like prevent the splatter from getting at you because the chicken is now starting to really cook, so the oil is splattering on me and it kind of hurts. And of course, my dad doesn't have one of those, you know, covers because he's a badass. Like, he doesn't care about a little oil splatter. You know, he's just gonna be like, I'm just gonna cook this awesome meal. I don't care. And I'm like, oh my God, oh, please help me. But I'm just gonna have to toughen up and watch my chicken cook. Toss in the garlic cloves, whole and unpeeled, the peppercorns, and the bay leaf. I got my bay leaf. My 1 bay leaf. Let fry for a moment. One of my fondest memories during my time in Miss Saigon was when I went over to my best girlfriend's place, Christian Lay, and she made adobo for me. Yeah, we were just chatting and talking about our dreams and what we were expecting and hoping for our time during Miss Saigon. And I remember she took garlic And she cut garlic into teeny tiny little slices and little tiny pieces for like an hour while we were chatting. She just kept talking and hit a little two burner cook's top and a little tiny pot. And she had chicken, she had soy sauce, she had vinegar, and she had all those little tiny pieces of garlic and a lot of love in that dish. One of my best memories ever. Pour in the vinegar and lower the heat. Here it is. So excited. Kind of reminds me of like the old school whiskey bottles. Makes me just want to chug it. Put it in a paper bag and chug it. It smells good. It's not as pungent as regular vinegar, like regular white vinegar, but it smells like just a hint of pungent and sweet. Because of the mango. I did a mango! Let the vinegar simmer without stirring for about 5 minutes. This will temper the acidity of the vinegar. I learned during a cooking class that I took in Germany that you always clean the kitchen as you go. Don't leave your kitchen a mess. Nobody wants to eat food that's been made in a kitchen that's messy. Pour in the soy sauce and water. Bring to a boil, then cover the pot and lower the heat. So we're gonna let that sit for 25 minutes. 25. And in the meantime, I'm gonna take these extra cloves of garlic that I peeled off. I'm gonna make us some rice, some white rice to go with the adobo. So some people are probably wondering why I don't just use a rice cooker. I don't know why, but I just love cooking rice in a pot. I feel like it just has something a bit more connected to it rather than just throwing it into a rice cooker and forgetting about it. I don't know, call me crazy. I also like to add just a little bit of olive oil to my rice, just so, I don't know, I feel like it prevents it from sticking to the bottom of the pot. That could just be something I made up, but I feel like it works, so I'm gonna do that. Preheat the air fryer to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Start. Heating up the air fryer, and this, since it's boiling now, I will turn down the heat. Take the chicken and garlic out of the pot and set aside while letting the liquid in the pot freeze. Rice is cooking, air fryer is on. This is doing something. Working in batches, brown and crisp the chicken and the garlic in the air fryer for about 5 minutes. Check the sauce and adjust the seasoning. A little sugar helps if it's too acidic. Perfect. Rice in a pot. You can either put the chicken back into the pot with the sauce or serve the sauce on the side. Ah, she's here! And that, my friends, is Thrice cooked chicken adobo. Masarap.
Chicken on a chicken.